Hi everybody, and welcome to Traveling with Russell, and welcome to a new video, and welcome to Moscow City, right in the heart of Moscow. We've come to LADYA, which is the largest arts and crafts expo in all of Russia, and I'm here today to check it out. So let's go and have a walk around. Now, before we really do actually have a full walk around, I just thought I'd point out the exhibitors list here, and there is over 1,000 exhibitors spread over 5 different convention halls, and it is unbelievable how many different sort of displays they have, and they've even got all the names listed here, but we're not going to see possibly all of them, but we'll try and see a few. Now, I've been to this exhibition center quite a few times. If you follow the channel, you know I've come to quite a few different expos, and this is kind of next level. Now, I've just walked in the first of 5 different rooms or halls, and they've got just all sorts of Russian arts and crafts, pottery. Oh my gosh, it's just unbelievable. It's amazing. If you're into this kind of stuff, which I'm kind of interested just more in the kind of retail side of it and what sort of different things they're selling, but this is just phenomenal. The amount of people here as well is really quite a lot. Now, when I did my walk around of Red Square, there was a little kind of shop that had these blue ceramics here, and I've now since figured it out, or thanks to everybody who commented. It's called Gazelle. Maybe I'm getting the spelling wrong, but it's basically these different kind of blue and white ceramics, and they come in all sorts of different kind of shapes and sizes, and it's very, very nice. And there's another one over here with all sorts of different items as well. I guess they're kind of collectible to a certain extent, or if you're looking for something sort of different shaped or different size, different animals. But there's a lot to choose from. So just walking around, you're gonna have to probably put the volume down, because the way I'm gonna kind of repeat myself quite a lot are the different sort of things that we're seeing, and different, I guess, ceramic items, porcelain items is really very cool. I think these are wooden ones right here as well. So there's all different, I'm going to say, kind of masters and different sort of small companies, I would imagine. Just walking around this first room here. And to say there's a few people here is a bit of an understatement. This is actually a free exhibition as well. Very typically, most of the exhibitions that you come to don't have any kind of fee attached to them. Sometimes there's a fee, but then you can kind of find a code anyway for a free ticket. But I'd safely say half of the ladies of Moscow are here somewhere today in one of these halls. And if you want to learn how to make your own crafts, they've got these different kind of tables set up, and they'll sort of teach you the kind of arts of painting and carving, and wow, it's really very interesting. So each of these different tables has a different kind of discipline where they'll actually sit down with you and show you the different sort of methods of making these handicrafts, and just show you kind of the techniques that they follow. It's very cool. It's not just for the kids. I noticed some kids over here as well. There's adults who are just as fascinated by it all. Здравствуйте. So this whole exhibition is held over 5 different days. So you can actually come and find out which master is working which day. Then you can sit down and learn a new craft, I guess you would call it. There's another one going on here. It's very painstakingly hard to do a lot of these crafts, but these masters are making it look easy. And then all throughout the hall where we are in this room here, they've got the actual people essentially making the different things that they're selling. So the master's in action, and you can actually meet the person that's selling the different things and kind of talk to them, learn about how they make some of the things, what techniques they're using, and some are obviously more popular than others, depending on the type of kind of craft that you like, I guess. There's all sorts of different ones in this little section here. Have a look at these different pottery kind of icons, I guess. I don't know what you'd actually call them. They're not dolls, but there's different rabbits for the year of the rabbit coming up after January, which is pretty cool. Check out these different cats and dogs back here, but everybody wants rabbits now. And then take a look at these wooden plates here. These are very nice. These are actually kind of hand painted. And these are actually the very big kind of ones, not the little ones that you might see in the souvenir shops. These are the real kind of Christmas, New Year table sort of size. And check out the crystal here as well. Have a look at this one. This is like huge vase. Imagine the size of flowers you'd need for that. It's huge. All of these different crystal glassware, I guess. Flower vases. And if you thought Russian supermarkets were busy, well, a lot of people tell me that they're quiet and they're empty and there's nobody shopping. Have a look at everybody here looking for amber. There's an amber jewelry stall here, and everybody wants a piece of amber. It looks like there's a lot of people around this one stall. Now, I've probably been here for about an hour already, and I'm just overwhelmed with how many stalls there are, how many different expo rooms there are for arts and crafts from Russia. Now, if you're from Russia, you probably know about this expo or you've heard about it. And, you know, I was just telling a friend on a messenger that when I got here, you know, you'd have to set a time limit of what time you've got to leave, or you just never get out of here because it's just overwhelming how many different things that you can walk around and see. Here's one with the Christmas ornaments. And then have a look. Just, this is now roughly my third room I've walked in. Obviously, I'm not filming everything that I come across in here, but it's a huge, huge place. This Expo Center, when they do different events monthly, they can utilize one room or 6 rooms, as many exhibitors as they can get in here, but just the amount of people here, it's just overwhelming. And then almost every kind of laneway that I walk down, there's different crafts and different disciplines of crafts. You know, there's jewelry, pottery, silver, wood, leather, there's clothing. It's really a lot of things to kind of cover. I mean, you could literally come here for a couple of days in a row and still not see everything. So now that the different clothing and shoe brands have left Russia, it seems like there's a bit of a throwback to the original Soviet boots here, these material ones. So we don't need Nike and Adidas anymore when we've got Russian boots. Now, just to keep in mind, we're here on a Thursday afternoon. This is essentially a working day, but it seems like every lady in Russia has found the chance to come and take a look at this different craft exhibition. Looks like we've found the shapka section, or the selfie hat try-on section. Some of these different lanes I'm walking down, I'm finding it hard to even kind of get to some of them to have a look at things. The ladies are very kind of shopping focused, I guess, when you walk around. Walking around, I really wish I knew a little bit more about these different kind of things, where they're from. I would imagine a lot of these different stalls and vendors are from all over Russia, not just Moscow and Moscow region, because there seems to be a lot of interest in certain items more than others. And I imagine, especially people who live in Moscow where we are here, that there is not these kind of shops and stalls. I mean, this is a very big art and craft exhibition. I mean, really and truly, the amount of different types of, I'm going to say Russian and maybe Soviet and USSR kind of objects here is insane. I mean, it's just amazing to see it all kind of in one place under one roof. And we've got some clothing as well, and everything's about the winter time right now. There's different sort of framed artworks here. It's really a lot of things to take in walking around. And almost every stall has somebody looking at something. It's not like there's a quiet area either. I do kind of have two emotions walking around here. One, that there's a lot of things to see and kind of squeeze into one video. And two, my wife isn't with me because she would love this. And I probably wouldn't get her out of here either. The amount of things that she'd sort of come across and find. You know, a lot of people want kind of Russian-made arts and crafts. They want Russian-made clothes, jewelry, kind of knickknacks, as I would call them. So yeah, it's maybe good that I'm on my own here. I can walk around and see a lot more much faster. Now, I think this is a samovar or a very big tea urn. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. This one here, if you look next to the lady, how big it is. It's a huge tea urn. And I'm pretty sure this is the tea section that I've come across here. Have a look at these different kind of sets that you can buy here. These are amazing, really are. It's if you want some tea leaves. I guess the art of buying tea is definitely not something that's out of the Russian culture. It's a big deal. There's different sort of food items here as well. And then some leather goods. And these kind of porcelain, kind of little handicrafts here. I'd love to know the kind of story behind the colors, because this pink is very vivid. Just walking around, and I'm going to keep repeating it and saying it, the amount of different arts and crafts and kind of different regions of Russia that are represented, it's phenomenal. I mean, the different stalls and stands, the different places that are, these are from throughout Russia. I can see now the popularity of these events, because where you may be sort of living in Moscow, but you're from a different region of Russia, and maybe you want to kind of add things to your own collection. Have a look at these lacquer boxes. Wow. These are very unique. They're actually painted with a squirrel's tail hair, and it's just phenomenal. Just the different kind of, it's basically a painting on a box. Just the time it takes to make them. Yeah, it's you know, really a bit of a collector's fair at the same time. Here is again all of these, I'm just going to call them blue objects, because there's just so many things to take in walking around. It's really very, very interesting. I think the whole thing too is a lot of people can come and meet the different masters and the different crafts, men and women who make all of these things. So it's kind of that one-off kind of event that they hold here. Obviously Christmas items are very popular right now as well. Now, my reading of Russian is very, very limited, but I do know Ufa and Bashkortostan, or Bashkiria, and this is the region where my wife is from. So to check out some of the things from Bashkiria, it's very interesting. I've actually traveled there a couple of times. Oh, здравствуйте. Oh, wow, thank you. Yeah, it's interesting to see all of the things from the same region in Russia where my wife is from now. I'm not sure this is the latest in musical instruments, but
Native of North people.
mm-hmm.
Yamal.
Okay, thanks. And the hair is original as well. Everybody wants to get photos with him, but well. And for anyone that thinks the shopping centers are busy in Russia, this has nothing on the shopping centers that I've been to recently. Safely, I know why all the shopping centers in Moscow are empty, because they're all waiting for this event over these few days in Moscow. Now, I'm sure a few people watching are from Russia, so you'll probably maybe be able to read the signs here, but each of these laneways are the different regions of Russia. So what they've done is they've kind of grouped them together so that you can kind of shop by region, which is a very interesting way to come to an arts and craft exhibition. Of course, you know, you could walk around for hours and days looking for a certain stall, but if you want to just sort of look for things from the region where you're originally from and kind of those certain items, it's very easy to do on both sides all the way down here. You can see each kind of region represented. And then at the far end of the exhibition there is a concert stage set up, and I'm not sure if it's Russian Idol or not, but there's definitely people very interested. I hope he's singing an original song, but very nice. Wow. Very interesting. So as I leave the singing stage behind, I'm going to walk over to another couple of the exhibition halls, and I hope you're enjoying the video so far. I am kind of jumping around a bit showing things, so if you see anything of interest, let me know in the comments that you've spotted something or a certain item that you might recognize. Now it's a little bit quieter over here. This is the kind of clothing and kind of handmade hats, scarves, dresses kind of section. So there's all kinds of different kind of regional clothing represented, I guess. Walking around, it's almost kind of traditional from different regions. And again, I hope I'm not walking around too fast. There's a lot to see, and I want to just get a bit of an overview kind of in the video here, because there's just so many different stalls represented, different types of crafts. So, and again, I think you can see just generally how many people have come out to this event. It's very, very, very popular. I guess it's a lot more popular when I come to the car events or the Russian bus events. So, what do you think? So just walking a little bit further through this different kind of clothing and I guess fabrics hall, I guess is the best way to describe it. There's obviously plenty of things like bedding and sheets. Here we've got socks. It's kind of a big kind of cross section of different Russian clothing and materials. Here we've got some more hats. It's very warm kind of wool and different kind of different hats. I always get the different materials mixed up. So have a look. Again, if you're not seeing any men in the video, I can assure you there is a few here, but not too many. I'm pretty sure most husbands and boyfriends and partners are probably happy to stay home for the day and let the ladies come out shopping, because I can understand after seeing so many different halls here. It's a bit of a fashion event going on here. These ladies are displaying different clothing that they've made. And there's a kind of awards given for, I guess, for best dressed, I guess you would call it. It's very interesting. Have a look at all these different wooden kind of kitchen boards and chopping boards and some knife blocks there as well. How nice are some of these? Wow. And I think they've got the resin through them as well, through the middle there, which is very cool. How they've done this. This lady's teaching everybody how they make them. Walking around this different clothing and kind of fabric section, it's just interesting the different kind of styles and types of things. You know, just the fact that, you know, where everything is made in Russia, you know, if you were to go to kind of most kind of craft fairs, I know even from in Australia, I mean, you're not going to get the amount of Australian-made things like you're seeing here. Maybe if you go up to Asia, to Thailand, Vietnam, Indonesia, you might see things like this, but just the amount of things that are made locally is very, very interesting. The handbags here, and just I'm still very much overwhelmed by how many people here as well. It's not just a few people, and it's not just people kind of wandering around. There is kind of people here with shopping, and you know, this is kind of a once a year thing where you're going to be able to see all of these people in one place. I mean, you can go to different craft things on the weekends in different regions, but not seeing this many in one place. So it's kind of, I guess, the ultimate in getting Russian crafts and fashion and different items in one place. These booties here, you can wear these around the house. They're kind of like sockets. I'm not sure what the name of they are, but it looks like we've got another fashion parade here starting up. But we go from some clothing to different types of jewelry and plenty of different sort of types. Lots of silver here. It's very interesting. Now, just walking between the different exhibition halls, this last area that I want to show you is all of the different food and all the different types of food from across the regions of Russia. So we'll head on into that one. A lot of people outside here taking a rest. I think they've walked around and seen so much. It's late afternoon now as well, so I think most people kind of have a bit of an expiry on how much they can walk around and around this place. And here we go with all the different food. And again, just as many people as we've seen kind of walking around the different craft stalls. You'll see here now all of these food stands and the amount of, the amount of ladies that are here. I mean, there is a few guys. I mean, I've seen a few walking around. They don't seem as interested as if I go to one of the tool exhibitions, but it's kind of still a lot to see and take in. There's a lady here with some cheese, and this is kind of really the original Russian rynok, if you like. This market stalls, and especially the fact that they're from all different regions of Russia as well. Some different, these are they maybe teas? I'm not sure. Oh, here's some honeys. Look at these honeycombs right here. Oh, very nice. And you can get honey from different regions as well. All these different types. And then they actually give you little sticks and you can taste them. Have a look at the different types they've got here. And they basically spoon how much you want into a tub. And we've got different cured fish and meats. These are from different animals as well, so not necessarily just beef or pork that we'd be used to. I think this one wins the award for the best kind of decorations around it. Got all the tinsel here. I guess we're only a week or two out now from the new year, so very popular place to come and get some things for the table for New Year. Different cheeses. It's actually, I'm going to say this is just as popular as a lot of the other stands that we've walked through in different halls. It's kind of later in the afternoon now, so a few people might have headed home. Here's some different pickled olives, all the different kind of pickled foods. Here's some canned fish. Whoop. Lots of choices of canned fish. And then there's some... Oh, hello. So not only can you buy food to obviously take home, they've even got a little cafe here. So you can get some dumplings. And then there's some different pastries. And there's a coffee stand over here. And there's a little kind of mini cafeteria. I think after walking around and seeing so much food, it's you've got to have something to eat and sit down. There's some cakes, and it's not as busy at this end finally. Oh, fresh juices. Oh, pomegranate juice right here. They've got the machine. Oh, здравствуйте. Oh. They've got pomegranate juice that they squeeze on the machine here.
Juice, pomegranate.
Yeah, nice. Thanks. Oh, and mushrooms. Oh, and different dried mushrooms, pickled mushrooms. Yeah, I hope this walk around is kind of interesting. The only thing is I don't read Russian, so I can't really get a bit of a grasp on the different stalls that we're seeing here, but there's some different cured fish, dried fish. Here's some more honeys right here, and some fish and salmons. Oh, look at these. Wow. And there's some red caviar. This is very nice. You can buy this by weight. So there's here the tubs of them, or you can just buy a little small container of it. Now, maybe someone can tell me in the comments the name of this place right here, because I've walked past this place twice now, and look at the line of ladies lining up for fish here. It's, look, I finally found a guy in line. But look at the line for this one stall. What is this lady doing different that everyone else is doing? And there's another popular stand off the back here with all the cheeses as well. But this is the cured fish. But actually, I think it's this salted fish that everybody's coming for here. So I'm curious. I'm guessing this is either slightly famous or it's not in Moscow generally. Because to see a line 20 deep for fish in this market is very interesting. Here's some more types of salted fish again. I guess these are from different regions.
Golden fish.
Golden fish. Oh, thank you. Thanks for the English translation. Golden fish. And then again we've got salmon and caviar. Oh, there's even some black caviar there. Wow. And again, all these different types of honeys. Have a look at all these choices. I hope nobody's hungry watching this, because it's this is kind of at the end of the video now. You're going to be jumping out of your chair and raiding the fridge. Have a look at the candy here. All these different candies. Now, if you've been to Russia before, or you've got friends or family from Russia, they probably talk a lot about the rynoks, or food markets, in the different parts of Russia. And this is really no different, but this one is a lot more of a cross-section of different food stalls from all over Russia in the one place. So where I go to my local rynok in my town in Aprelivka, it has similar things to this, but not the selection like we're seeing here. And here is one of the different tea sellers as well, chai. Different flavors of teas, different fruit flavors. Very interesting. All the types of teas and tea leaves that you can get. Very interesting.
You can find in Russia.
Oh wow. And here we can see one of the stalls with different dried berries as well. So there's different small raspberries, and I'm really not too sure. I guess there's blueberries or gooseberries over there, but they look very healthy though. I could probably do an entire video here just walking around the different food stalls. A lot of these are from different regions of Russia as well, so not necessarily only from Moscow. I think that's really the draw here. All these different cured meats. It's very nice. Have a look at all the ladies here having a look for the salmon. These smokes, I think these are different smoked fish here as well, smoked salmons. But again, you can buy them by weight. So the lady will basically slice off what you want. I think a lot of people are preparing for the new year, so good time to kind of get things now. You're only a week out from Christmas, another week from New Year. So this is kind of like the perfect shopping opportunity at the same time. Lots of cheeses. Very interesting. It's just the amount of people here and the amount of really shoppers here. It's very it's very interesting. I'm sorry, I know I might feel like I've repeated a lot of things that I've talked about, but it's certainly unique to come to this event today. I'm very privileged to have found out about this and come here. And have a look at all the different oils here as well. And they've got an oil press. Actually bottling it right here, I guess at the stand. And all the different pickled vegetables here. Oh, very nice. It's probably a little bit hard to see this one, but the different teas here as well. So they've got these kind of big, kind of Hessian baskets with the teas in. And then you can buy it by weight. And it's very straightforward here. They kind of have them just in Ziploc bags, the different flavors. But and there's some more dried fruits over here as well. Just the smell from these, it's very aromatic. I think it's very noticeable when you walk around this kind of food section. There's more oils here. And this guy's doing a roaring trade. All these ladies want to get some fresh oils. We have again different pickled vegetables. Oh, pickled mushrooms it looks like. Check those out. Walking around the different stalls here, it's kind of interesting here. The one that I've come across here, this guy is like champion of making different cheeses and meats. And they have different awards every year, and this guy seems to be doing awfully well. Check out some of these different cheeses that he's got here. And camembert, a lot of different varieties. Very interesting. The stall that he's got here with the cured meats, hams and cheeses. It's another interesting stall here with all different kind of spices. This is very interesting here. They've got these guys, you can basically buy them by weight. Different spices for your plov and different foods that you might make. Very nice. Now I'm just sort of walking around a second time here, and I've just come back to check out this fish stall one more time. So if you're watching kind of this far on the film here or the video, you can see now there's quite a few gone from that stall. So there has to be something famous about that particular one, because there's just more people there than at all the other stands walking around. Here's another one with the dried fruits and almonds, and the ones that are the coated ones as well. And I'm drawn back to another one of these tea stands as well, with all the different flavored teas. Have a look at all the choices here. So again, it's all just by weight, so you can kind of get a small scoop of different ones. Especially a lot of these that you wouldn't find in most of the normal rinnocks and markets through Moscow. So it's nice to come to something like this and kind of get all the choices here. And have a look at the different cured meats they've got here. There's, I think that's pheasant and moose, and maybe turkey. There's deer, pork or pig, and they've even got bear meat here as well. Wow, look at all the different choices. Okay everybody, I've come to the end of the video. I do hope you like this. It was very fun. It's a huge exhibition. I really like this food section at the end here. I'm just curious if I can get this video out quick enough, would you like me to come back and make just a separate video with all the food? I'm not sure if I'm gonna have time. It's running for another 2 more days, this, so yeah, I kind of got cornered a little bit here walking around, doing some different tastings. So, and I actually met 4 different subscribers to the channel. So if you're watching this, thank you for saying hello to me. Thanks for having a chat, talking about YouTube and about life in Russia. It's very nice to meet people that have seen videos on the channel. I'm very, I don't know what to say, I'm very taken back by it. It's very nice. And people are so nice and so friendly to me and so humble about the videos that I'm making. So thank you. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Post a comment. Maybe you recognize something from a region where you're from, if you're from Russia. Maybe you're interested in the different food and the different crafts. I mean, the craft section of this event is huge. Really and truly, I think even one day is not enough. I had a lot of cheese and a lot of meat in the last half an hour. So, you know, walking around, the amount of exhibitions that you can kind of look at and the different vendors, I guess you would call them. So yeah, I'm heading on home now. I've done a lot of walking today. After 3 days of not being able to walk because of my toe, I'm back on the move again. So I'm gonna go off on another adventure now. Really, I'm actually going home. So yeah, post some comments. Thanks everybody. Bye.